When a narcissist is envious of you, it won't always be obvious. Because what these master manipulators are really good at is trying to make you see yourself through a funhouse mirror and presenting you with a distorted version of yourself to make you think that you are not who you say you are, whether that be in achievements, success, appearance, beauty, talents, charisma, popularity. And of course, this is a projection because the narcissist is actually who they say they aren't, right? They claim to be the most moral person. They claim to be such a good-hearted person, such a kind person. And often they'll play that out with their false mask. And studies show that narcissists tend to be quite popular at first sight. But once people get to know them better and get to know them on a deeper level, they actually like them less because they start to realize that who the narcissist is pretending to be is very distinct from who they actually are. So of course, they tend to project these fraudulent behaviors onto you, right? And they want to make you feel small, especially if you surpass them in any way. What you have to realize is that the reason narcissistic and toxic people are condescending and overly contemptuous is because those people surpass them. They would have no reason to put you down, belittle you, or demean you, or give you these envious looks of contempt or envy if they didn't feel like you surpassed them in some way, or all of the above, right? In beauty, in intelligence, in success, in achievements, whatever they covet in you, the qualities, the positive qualities that they know are admired by others and the outside world, which you receive a great deal of validation for already. They want to take you down a peg or two to convince you that you don't surpass them so they can feel better about themselves. And that is why they sneak in these covert put downs and minimizations and try to make you question yourself and try to instill that self-doubt in you so that you don't actually own all of your power. And that's why I always say, if you want to start to break down a trauma bond with a narcissist, one of the things you should do is do the opposite of what they told you to do. So if they told you not to wear your hair long, if they told you not to wear certain outfits, if they told you not to go back to school, if they told you not to speak out or stand up for yourself, if they told you to forgive and forget, do the opposite, right? Show yourself more proudly. Wear your outfits and your hair the way you want it. Go back to school, get an education. Remember, they're trying to control you. So whether this is a friend, an acquaintance, a family member, a relationship partner, a colleague, whoever it is that is giving you this advice, they're trying to box you in with their limitations and project those fear-mongering, limiting beliefs onto you because they don't want you to actually expand to fit your vision. They want you to shrink for their comfort. And that is why narcissists and toxic people often also sabotage your holidays and your birthdays and your graduations, and they try to pair happy memories with their punishment and envy so that you are conditioned to fear being visible. You are conditioned to associate visibility and success and joy and happiness with their persecution, and you are less likely to go after their goals. So do the opposite. You have to actually go towards your goals. You actually have to reclaim your power and reclaim your visibility and not coddle the narcissist's ego and shrink just because they're trying to be contemptuous or they're trying to make you believe in a version of yourself that doesn't even exist. And that version of yourself that they're presenting to you, ending like, that's you, while they're giving you contemptuous looks or putting you down or giving you minimizations, that is actually them. That's the projections of their shortcomings and flaws. And a person who feels like they need to go out of their way to make these grand gestures and make you feel like they're above you, they're so below you. They're so below you. And they have to look up at you. And that's why they're trying to bring you down, right? They're bringing you down from the top. Whether, again, it be in success, intelligence, achievements, beauty, charisma, organic popularity, authenticity, empathy, right? Or all of the above. And often the strongest targets have all of these qualities combined. They are multifaceted individuals who are quite high achieving, quite beautiful or handsome, quite organically popular in that they don't need a false mask to gain popularity. They actually get even more organic popularity and people liking them just for being who they are, right? Because unlike the narcissist who tries to kind of fake charm their way into people's lives and tries to pretend that they are this amazing, empathic, kind-hearted person, the authentic person is actually gaining the attention of people who resonate with their authentic message, who are like them. The authentic people in the world are gaining popularity without even trying, right? They're just naturally themselves. They have that star quality. They have that charisma, natural charisma that they didn't have to mimic and copy others to get. They didn't have to imitate anyone. They're just their authentic, original self. The narcissist despises that about you. So what you'll notice is they will try to put that funhouse mirror in front of you. And they can do it in many different ways, right? Through subtle put downs, covert put downs, negging, right? Backhanded comments, trying to get you to seek their approval, try to get you to be more compliant to their dominance, right? They want to dominate you. They want to make you feel small because you make them feel small. You make them feel like their sense of false superiority is threatened. So the only way that a person who feels inferior to you is going to regain that sense of power is to be contemptuous, is to be condescending and to act like they're superior because they know that you surpass them in ways that they could never accomplish on their own, right? Because even when the narcissist has a certain amount of status or wealth or popularity, they know they built that through their fakeness, whereas you actually built it through your authenticity. You built it through being yourself and going after goals and dreams and missions that came organic through you to help others to build a better world. Whereas the narcissist is more so focused on status and power. And it's not that authentic people can't have power as well or want power, but they tend to seek power for different reasons, right? They want power because it gives them safety, it gives them security, allows them to help others, it allows them to serve vulnerable populations, it allows them the security to live a life that is joyful, that is abundant. And those are very authentic reasons to want power and to gain a sense of safety in the world. But narcissists seek out power to prey on the most vulnerable. So if you ever notice that they try to put you down in a very subtle way, or they have contemptuous looks towards you or gestures, and it comes out of nowhere, it's probably because they found out something about you regarding your success, or they saw your beauty being showcased and other attractive people complimenting you, or they heard good things about you from a mutual friend. And then you became a target of envy for them because they realize, oh, this person is actually who I try to pretend to be or aspire to be and could never be because I don't have the authentic talents, the authentic gifts. I don't have the organic, natural charisma that draws people to me. I don't actually have the skill set that they have to hold space for these accomplishments that I bought my way into. I used con artistry to maintain, right? There's all sorts of con artistry happening in the narcissist's life because their whole facade, their whole life is built on preying on others and exploiting others and their labor and their talents and their gifts in order to succeed. Whereas the authentically intelligent, intuitive, successful person succeeds because they build upon their own integrity and they actually try to help others succeed as well. So again, that's why they put the funhouse mirror in front of you. They want you to see yourself differently. And that involves instilling a lower sense of confidence so that you are more likely and more susceptible to the narcissist's control.